Everyone, welcome to the decks of the weekend. Last week I missed the decks of the weekend because I was had some problems with my flight, but this week all good. I stayed back home, so right on time as always with my Monday video that kind of recaps what happened over the weekend. And we have a new set that dropped. Although my modern and that will impact both modern and legacy choices, but the modern choice is instead just showing you this crazy deck that won the Saturday Challenge. It's the Glimpse of Tomorrow combo with Omnath, Locus of Rage. No new cards here, just the craziness of Xeno1, who is a player that innovated a lot with this archetype in the past. You have Season Pyro making elementals to trigger Reason Reef, as well as making like a lot of bodies to make your Glimpse of Tomorrow hit bigger. And you have Omnath Locus of Rage. So what does this do? It says whenever a land enters the battlefield, you make a 5/5, meaning that if Omnath and like 3 lands come into play, you go off. You get 5/5/5s, and of course, like that's mostly like good enough to kill anyone. So no 4-color Omnath like this deck was in the past. With you also go off with the 4-mana Omnath, but of course, like this one is much harder to cast because it costs 7. And also says whenever it or another elemental dies, you do damage to any target. Probably that's going to be way less relevant than the first one. Ideally, what you do with this card is that you pitch it to Fury, Endurance, and no Force of Vigor. I guess with Glimpse you want to have bodies as well. Also discard it to Fable and Spyro, but your goal is to hit it with Glimpse of Tomorrow. Cascade decks are at a peak right now. They've never been this good, I think. Not only Team of Rhinos is just being so good recently with just, the winning the SCGs, a lot of challenges results. Also Living End. This weekend we had a huge number of Living End players, with Meninone winning and came in second in another one, and other people in the top 8. Notably, there was one with 4 Living End, first, second, third, and top 8. So yeah, it's definitely a great time to play Cascade, which obviously makes the meta game evolve, and it's a great time to play Blue Eye Control. You see it later this week on YouTube, but you can already see it on my Instagram and Twitter. I 5-0'd with Blue Eye Control because Blue Eye Control is very good against Cascade and very good against Hammer, which also got the new card in Surge of Salvation. So modern metagame evolving, despite maybe the new set doesn't impact too much. With Surge of Salvation. Again, today I played with Random the Real Breaker, which was in one of the top 8 deck lists, but it wasn't that amazing. But we will see again. It's another video of me coming up. But this one is definitely the one that caught my attention the most, and the one that it's always so fun to play in paper. But online, it kind of all happens at the time. In paper, like flip permanents. It's really fun. Highly suggested. Highly recommend you to pick up a playset of Omnath Locus of Rage if you're an elemental player. Thumbs up for Xeno1, always innovating. Let's go to the legacy seat, because in legacy we have another version of blue white winning. It's kind of crazy. Ever since they banned expressive iteration, every different blue white controller raises, and this one in particular has 4 of Fairy Mastermind. So this is Yuta Takahashi Invitational card. He won Worlds 2021 or maybe 22. I guess that was 21. I think it was 21. Okay, yeah, 22 was won by Nathan Stewart. 23 is the current year, so Worlds has not happened yet. Actually, I could have just read it here. 27. That's weird. I guess it's the 27th year of Magic. Anyway, Yuzakashi winning. World designed this card. He said that he wanted his card to be good against, to be good in Legacy and Vintage, and well, he clearly succeeded, as his card showing up in 4 of a main deck winning challenge. This deck is just. So we've seen in the past blue-white with Staff of the Storytelling. We've seen blue-white I've streamed with. It was very, very good. Just control deck with Days Undoing, Handle Breacher. And then we see this one with 3 Snapcaster, 4 Fairy Mastermind. Very much Druggle. You have Fairy Mastermind that you can kind of get card advantage with Narset. So if you have Narset in play and Fairy Mastermind in your opponent turn, you make each play draw a card. You draw, they don't, because they just drew. So it's much better. Fairy Mastermind with Narset. Of course, Fairy Mastermind can be played in response to a Brainstorm, or just sits in play and they can't play a Ponder very well, because obviously you draw a card in the meanwhile, or in response to, in Modern, Ledger Shredder. That was my idea and why I made a video with this card in Modern. But overall, congratulations to Osman Diaz, who wins with Blue Eye Control splashing red. You gotta splash red. Red is just too powerful. This list doesn't play Blood Moon, but maybe it's a little bit weak to the Clothes Pos deck, which came second in another challenge, which, by the way, I made a video about with Clothes Pos. It's gonna come up in the next days as well. So, yeah, Fairy Mastermind not only winning in Legacy, also showing up in Pioneer. That's the next format I'm gonna show to you. It is a blue-black fairies list. So of course, Fairy Mastermind is a rogue. No, where is it? It's a fairy rogue, meaning that you get to trigger Thieves Guild Enforcer, milling 2 cards, get to trigger, get to pump the Soaring Thought Thief, and you know, that's good enough in a deck that already plays very powerful spells like Thoughts is pushed, Running the Lock. And then you have Nighthawk Scavenger, which is like a huge threat. Red decks are very popular. You have Kaito Shizuki, which is a new Planeswalker. I don't think I've ever tried this card in this deck, because Blue-Black Fairies was a popular deck in Standard, of course. We didn't have Kaito Shizuki at the time. And then you have a couple of Shieldred, because why not, right? Everyone should get a Shieldred. And notably, a couple of Seven Insights in the Cyber for the grindy matchups. Yeah. Eventually, I'll pick up on Pioneer. Thus far, I'm still focusing on Standard for my testing, Standard and Draft for the Pro Tour that's happening next, not this weekend, but the next one. And then after that, when I'll return, I'll focus to Pioneer more, because I have LMS Valencia, and then I have the Regional Championship in Athens happening at the beginning of June. Also, I wanted to just tell you that next Monday I'll leave for America, so no decks of the weekend for sure next Monday, and maybe not even the one after, since I'll return from America. Usually I arrive on Tuesday morning if I leave on Monday there, so we will see. It is definitely it's going to be some shaky weeks. I will try my best to keep up my one video per week, definitely working harder this one, one video per day, not per week. I'll try to work harder this week for sure, combining the testing and the content. But in the meanwhile, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and whatever you want in order to make this more my videos show up on your feed. Thank you, everybody, and have a great week.